seems like my car journeys get longer and longer each time. I've actually been behind the wheel for about 18.5 hours this time, but I'm here at a lovely lake in the northeast of Poland, Czarno Lake, and this part of Poland, this part of Europe is a real sort of gem in terms of nature, wilderness, and there's a lot of lovely waters up here that were actually created by the glaciers thousands of years ago, and most of them I suppose have been stocked with carp up this way, and Czarno Lake is certainly one of them. It's a great lake actually. It's about 40 acres I suppose, 35-40 acres, and quite deep, goes 30-35 foot in places, but there's a couple of nice plateaus out there, and well, it's got some lovely carp in there. I mean, these Polish carp are always lovely, so hopefully look forward to catching some of those. They're big dark old things, and well, they do go up to over 30 kilos in here, so you know. Yeah, and the weather's looking okay as well. I mean, it was only just over a week ago I spoke to Przemyk, my friend Przemyk Maroksek, who's organised this trip, and it was actually snowing then, believe it or not, and now a week and a half later, whatever it is, they're talking about 31 degrees today, and it's absolutely roasting here. So yeah, looks like we timed that right anyway. I'd much rather have 31 degrees than snow, put it that way. Maybe a little bit hot, but you know, I'm sure the fish are going to prefer that, and it's, yeah, the signs are that they've woken up a bit this week, so hopefully the timing's been spot on. But there we go. Yeah, nice lake. We're here, we've got the van full of gear, and so I'm going to get sorted, and hopefully we're going to catch a few fish. Well, here we go. North of Poland. Cracking looking lake, I've got to say. And it's been quiet by all accounts, but just started doing some fish in the last week. Now, right on a shallow plateau here, and yeah, just 6 foot there, so where I need to be is off the end of this plateau. I reckon between about 12 and 18 foot, so I'm in the right sort of area here. See, yeah, it drops down quickly. You're in 20 foot there already. $24, $25, yeah. That's too deep, that is. I don't know, I just get the feeling that this is going to be the main producing area. So it'd be worth having 2 rods here, maybe one elsewhere, we'll see. Early days yet, of course. I might end up with a better spot somewhere else, at 14.5 foot there. There's a lot of drifting weeds, so I'm using quite a big lead just to actually make sure it holds on the bottom. Just going to drop that down there, that's 14.5. Oh no, actually, when that gets to 13 foot it goes rock hard. Now that's interesting. Right, so we learn something every time. So, now do you put it on the rock hard stuff in 13, or just where it gets to the bottom in the soft? I reckon I'm going to drop it just where it goes from hard to soft. Right, that's donk, donk, soft. There, that's it then. That's the spot. Oh no, roughly there. key cray pellets. I do love these key cray pellets. They're definitely among the best pellets I've ever used. Not really sure how, it sounds like the fish have only just woken up, so I don't really want to fill it in with bait at the moment. I'm not really sure how much other people are putting out, but it's the old saying, you can always put more out, it's hard to take it back, so just a few handfuls for now, I think, on the general area. See what that does.
Ale zabawa była przednia, branie metr od brzegu. Zechciało im się amorów teraz przy brzegu. No, takie efekty, ale rybka ładna. Very nice fish.
A beautiful.
In fact, the deeper water didn't work at all, and it was only when I went out to replace a bait that I saw a fish in the shallows. I put a rod there straight away, and hey presto, it worked. Here we go, first one anyway. Put one out on the plateau in about 1.5 meters. I saw one as I was dropping it, actually. There was a common, could have been this fish. I saw one out there. But anyway, it's gone off and got the first fish, so happy days. Looks like I've never seen them done like that before.
No, not me,
only you.
not me, no.
Very fun.
It's normally about 2 kilos.
Yeah. So it's 15 and a half, roughly. 15. Yeah, 15, let's say.
Yeah, brilliant. I thought it might be. No surprises on the rig front as always. I'm sticking with me size 5 fang twister on knotless knotted with a sort of KD style rig, if you like, and a little snowman. And yeah, I mean, it's I was spoken to one of the guys on here, Pavel, and he was saying, you know, you walk around most lakes in Poland and almost guaranteed Polish guys are going to be using snowmans basically. So you know, he's opted for chod rigs and things like that, but yeah, they're not for me. One of the guys tried them on here already and lost a couple of fish, and yeah, that was my problem with them. I just lost too many fish. So, you know, as usual, I just stick with what I'm confident in and what works. So, you know, as in every video, it's nothing different, and that's the basic standard go-to rig for me. Yeah, and it works. Yeah, I mean, that's the Scopex squid bottom bait, and it's actually a 4G squid pop-up. just forgot to get the scope squid pop-ups basically, so I've had a little tub of 4G squids. There's not much in it really, they're pretty similar, so that's what it is. Now, you know, as we've had to travel so far, and there is actually freezer facilities here, but I didn't know there was. But I've gone with the stabilised version of the Scopex squid, because basically stabilised baits these days, they're so good. There's not much between that and a freezer bait. Perhaps if I had to nail my options down, I would go with a freezer bait first, but they're great. Scopex squid stabilised, brilliant. So that's, you know, basically it on the boilie front. I'm not doing anything too fancy or fantastic. Pellets, key cray pellets, for some reason them two together make a brilliant combination. Fantastic pellets they are. So there we go, you know, a few handfuls of pellets out there, a few boilies over the top, and my simple little basic snowman, and yeah, job's a good one. Cheers. Well, proper Mr. Angry this one, but thought he might have been a bit bigger, but he's still the best one so far. Just over £27. God, I mean, they're amazingly lovely, these fish. Lovely dark old things, and sort of fish we'll be pleased to catch anywhere in the world, so it's very nice to be catching them here. Well, it's a lovely one. It's not a big one, but it's typical of the stamp we've been catching so far. But oh, lovely fish as always, these Polish ones. Landing net duties. Good fish this one, I think. 2 runs at the same time. One fell off, the other one's still on, but this is a good fish, I think. Yes! Well done. That's lovely. God, what a lovely old dark fish.
Oh. Okay.
Filmik już, Przemek?
Jeszcze jedna zdjęcie.
Dobra. Okej.
No i film.
Dobra.
No, trzeci dzień. Nieco ponad 16 kg. Coś zaczęło większego się ruszać po tych wszystkich dyszkach. I mamy nadzieję, że będzie ciekawie. W ogóle to były 2 brania naraz, na 2 wędki obok. Więc zapowiada się niezły dzień i następny.
Oh, maybe a better one. Big fish. There we go. Well, it's certainly getting bigger as we're going along. This is the best yet for me. Shemik had a beautiful 17 kilo near just a little while ago actually. Well, this is my best so far, 15.8, which is just over 35 pound. And God, what a scrap I had with this one. And he's not finished yet by the looks of it. But look at that. What a fantastic fish. Absolutely beautiful, lovely dark, absolutely rock hard this fish, solid it is. Just love these Polish carp, they're so nice. Cool. They go a lot bigger than this, but well pleased with this one. It's a cracker, absolute cracker. I don't know how clearly you can see all that. One of the problems we're having is with floating weed. As the wind changes, it's drifting around the lake from one side to the other and catching the lines all the time. And it's not only pulling the baits out of position at times when the wind gets up a bit, but if you hook a fish, you end up with a load of weed on the line, and a lot of it's jamming in the rings. So been clearing it as much as we possibly can, but I'm going to try captive back leads on. Don't particularly like using back leads, especially as it's a bit weedy on the bottom, but it's, I think, a better option than having all this lot clogging up the lines all the time. So give it a go, see what happens. Yeah, actually seems a lot better. A lot of this weed is actually just floating on the surface, and once you get down, you've only got to get down about a foot below the surface, and then they're sort of weed free, so it looks pretty good. Hopefully that'll solve the problem. Well, I've got one rod going fairly consistently now. It's gone off three times this morning, and we're all fishing around this plateau. It comes up from sort of 20 odd foot, well, up to very shallow, up to 1 metre at one point, but as you can probably see on there, it's coming up to sort of 11, 10, and there's my marker, and just sort of to the right of the marker area, it just comes up to about 7, 8, well, about 8 foot really, somewhere around that. Yeah, there we go. It's around this sort of area, and it's hard to position the boat because it's so windy. Typical being out in an inflatable boat, when the wind blows, it blows you very quick. But I know the spot. I've dropped a few baits on this area now, so as long as it's about 8 and a bit, about there. Donk. It's actually easier to keep in position. You can see how far I drift. You know, you drift very fast without realising it. But there we go. It's about there. Just lift it up. Yeah, lovely. God, this wind is very gusty though, very strong. It's about there. So anyway, key cray pellets. Handfuls of those. God, Jesus. I mean, it's awkward conditions for putting rods out, but of course it's perfect conditions for fishing, so I'm not complaining because it's bang on for it. It is just a little bit awkward. You know, they're feeding well at the moment. It's perfect conditions, so there we go. That's going to have to do. I've got some bait out there. The rig's in the right place, and yeah. Whew. 3 times this morning it's gone off, so slowly but surely they're getting bigger as well. There is some nice fish out here somewhere.
That's a different rod.
Widziałem, Steve mówi weź ponton, a ja mówię nie, bo ja czuję, że zaraz ci pojedzie, nie? Super. Baby fish.
A nice morning surprise. It's been quiet all night, nothing all through the night, a bream and a sturgeon in the evening, and then nothing, a good night's kip, and just gone off with this one, lovely fish. 32.5 it works out at, but cracking fish, and through the walls a bit by the looks of it, but certainly gave a good scrap. Whew. A lovely start to a lovely day. So it's going to be a warm one today, but perfect for us, and we was wondering whether we was going to catch any fish today, but looks like we are. Beautiful, fantastic. God, what a lovely fish, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Nice surprise. God, they're lovely, pretty fish, aren't they here?
Isn't it lovely, yeah?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, is it finished?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Pashemik.
Well, there was a little burst of action last night. It was a really cold night actually, quite frosty this morning, which is a real change from 30 degrees a few days ago, but 3 takes actually, not big ones, a couple of nice commons and this pretty little mirror. And it's probably the smallest one I caught all week, but they're all welcome, love them all really, and it's another dark pretty little one, so happy days. Nice little wake up call this morning, and it was a frosty morning, freezing cold mist hanging over the lake, but this one was on the end, so there we go. Well, this is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, the colour of that is absolutely gorgeous. Dark colours, beautiful golden scales, just lovely fish to catch. It was a cold night, but the fishing was great. There we go, another mid-20 common. A little bit of old damage to the dorsal. There we go, yeah, stick that down, that's not so nice, mate. Don't know what he weighs, he's probably 22, 23 pounds, something like that. But God, what a scrap that was, what a take, what a scrap. This one 23 pounds, so yeah, nice plump mirror. Oh, so let's get this one back and get the rod back out, I think, because it's starting to happen. With the final morning arriving, it had been a great trip full of action, and yet with only an hour or two to go before we had to pack up, the alarms kept sounding for all of us. Big one, but God, what a scrap that was. Really still wants some. God, absolute belter. There we go, lovely common. Not a big one, but he's a lovely fish. God, scale perfect actually. They are lovely fish. I love all of them, but I'm not going to mess about with this one too much. I'm just going to unhook him and put him back. All been hooked really well actually. There we go. Usual simple little rig. And that was what did the job. The little snowman's gone off there, but the size 5 twister, a little bit of silicone tubing, and a 25-pound combi link. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Carp. Just slip you straight back, I think. Well, final morning, and we've got some lovely sunshine and another beautiful carp, just over 35 pound. And well, got a little bit of sleep last night, watched Manchester United win the Europa League, went to bed, 4 o'clock the first one went off, and we've been up since then. And yeah, Martin's had 3, all 3 of my rods went off, Proshemic's had them to 12 kilos, and yeah, lovely to finish with another big one, like I say, just over 35 pound. Oh, all the spots have been working well this week. This is an absolutely fantastic lake. Krasno Lake is beautiful. We'll be back here for sure. But there we go. Get this one back and show you the other ones. Oh, what a last morning.
Last morning and hard trick from my side.
3 for you, 3 for me.
Yes.
Hey, it's still very lively. What a great.
One more
Great
time.
week.
One more time. Big thanks, Steve,
Yeah,
for
big
support.
Dziękuję,
Dziękuję.
dobra. Dziękuję, Proshemic. And yeah, what a oof. Yeah, all good things come to an end. Got to pack up and go home now. But what a great week. Brilliant stuff. Good company, good
Yeah.
fishing,
Good wine, good food.
and a great lake. Brilliant. See you next time anyway.
Bye.